Crime Watch it is. I must say thank you very much for joining us yet again. Elliot Kudzai Ganyani is my name. We start off this week's episode in Mashonaland West Province, where a very disturbing story happened a couple of weeks ago. Mothers are well known, or rather are associated with a warm and caring heart. They are well known to be most loving. Shockingly, one Karoi woman by the name Ivinya Shano, aged 28, defied all odds and did exactly the opposite of what is expected of women. She deceived a total of 7 juveniles whom she took from Karoi, took them to Zengeza 1 in Chitungwiza and exposed them to a week-long sexual exploitation by various men. You could have heard of this story through various media platforms, where we did visit Karoi to find out more about this daring woman.
On the 25th day of May 2022, we received the information that there were 3 juvenile girls who were reporting at Karoi Eben. They were reporting that they were kidnapped by a certain lady who took them to Chitungwiza, and they managed to escape. So we took over the case and we interviewed the girls. From the interviews, we discovered that there were other 4 who were still in captivity in Chitungwiza with the accused person. We went to Chitungwiza and we managed to arrest the culprit. The suspect's name is Ivinya Shanu, who is aged 28 years. Apparently, through investigations, we discovered that the suspect used it to stay here in Hieza suburb, Karoi. This is how she knew one of the girls whom she used to lure the other victims.
So young are the children that their average age is 15 years.
Further investigations revealed that the suspect would hire men who would engage in sexual intercourse with the victims in return for an undisclosed amount of money. We are charging the suspect for trafficking in persons. Investigations are still underway and the suspect is still on remand. Let me take this opportunity to warn members of the public that these are serious crimes. We need to protect our children. We don't need to destroy the future of our children.
So we had to move around Karoi to some of the suburbs that include the Chikangwe and Chieza to mix with the community and also speak to them to find out how they are feeling after this story. We also managed to speak to some of the parents off camera who spoke on how they are disturbed after their children were taken to Harare without their knowledge.
Sunday, 3 weeks. Akagobudawo achiti chambotenderera sokubuda kwevana unandausiya zvangu ari kuenda anozodzoka dzaita 2 days asina kudzoka pandatanga kumutsvagawo day rechi5 ndopaakazondifonera achiti mama ndinoda kudzoka kumba. Ndikamuti uri kupi? Zvanzi ndiri kuHarare kubasa. Ndikamuti siya zvauri kuita ipapo utokwira bhazi udzoka kuchikoro. Chipedza zuva racho remangwana ndopatakazoenda kupolisi. Chinosvika chinosanganawo nevamwe vake. Ini samai akatya kundiudza zvaiitika nekwanga aenda, asi vaakabudira mapurisa ndovaakabudira zvese vaakataura navo. Zvakandibata zvimwe zvisingaite zvokutoti mai vacho kana pandakavaona mukati menzvimbo yepolisi ndakatombobatikana zvokuda kutovarova chaizvo, asi ndakangozvidzorawo ndikangosuduruka panzvimbo panga vari. Asi chishuwo changu dai ndiri mutongi ndaiti zvangu ngavafire mujeri nokuti vanogona kuzotora vamwe vanhu.
Ndakaziya mwana wangu akagara padhowa pane shamwari dzake vachinyora mumahomework avo. Ndabva kumasuwe kuma7 ndakatononoka ndakauya ndakaona mwana hapana. Ndaonana mwana pasina ndakatotobvunza kuti pamwe aenda neshamwari dzake dzedze. Kwakuma9 ndopakaarova hana yangu ndopandatanga kutsvaga mwana. Vana vandakabva vana vatanga kundifonera. Zvanzi mama ndiri kuHarare kuchitungwiza. Mama tiri kupiwa varume taipiwa varume vanosvika 4 pazuva. Mama izvozvi zvandisi kukwanisa kufamba.
I think isu sevabereki tinofana kugara tichiziva kuti mawhereabouts evana vedu. I must be a friend to my daughter. I must be a friend to my children. Mwana akwanise kutaura neni dai ranyatsotora matanho akasimba stiri pamusoro pamai ava nasongorora nezvenyaya iyi tichaita maperero acho kuti vana vaivatora vanga vari vana vadiki zvisingaiti vachivanyepura tauri kumaendesa kumabasa kusvika pakumapa mabasa ekuvapa varume zvine zvasina kuita zvasina kunge vakawirirana nevana ivavo.
The 16th of June 2022 marked the Day of the African Child, and the theme for this year is Eliminating Harmful Practices Affecting Children, Progress on Policy and Practice since 2013. Indeed, with this theme in mind, we all feel the need to play our part in protecting the children. A very disturbing story indeed, a mother doing such a cruel act when we all expect mothers to show love. We wouldn't want such mothers in our communities, would we? Moving on, you remember that a couple of weeks ago, we flooded a story where the Criminal Investigation Department in Chinhoyi accounted for at least 20 criminals who have been committing various offenses in the province. Just recently, they also nabbed yet another robber who is suspected to be part of yet another criminal syndicate who have been committing various offenses in the province.
As CID Chinhoyi, we have been receiving a number of robbery cases in our area. These robbery cases, they are happening mostly in mining communities. In one such case, a gang of criminal suspects invaded a shopping center at Bottas shopping center. They broke into a couple's tuck shop whilst holding a suspected rifle and machetes. The gang of 4 suspects threatened the couple and went away with $275 and some groceries. We made thorough investigations which led us to CID Chegutu, where 2 criminals had been apprehended in connection to a case of robbery which occurred in Chegutu. We interviewed the suspects and we discovered that they were the culprits which were linked to the robbery case which occurred at Bottas shopping center. The 2 suspects, Providence Toyendepi and Takuzwa Musa, led us to the arrest of Pasmo Toyendepi, their accomplice, who stays in Noto. Upon interviews with Pasmo Toyendepi, he implicated 6 other accomplices. These accomplices are Reason and God Knows Toyendepi, another one known as Tinashe, Life Quindima, another one only known as Farai, and the last one only known as Majasi. We are appealing to members of the public who have information which may lead to the arrest of these 6 suspects to report at any nearest police station. Alternatively, CID Chinhoyi is contactable on 06721 25575. The 3 suspects who were apprehended are currently remanded in custody and they are attending court.
Now the police is not only there to detect crime and arrest lawbreakers, but is also there to prevent crime from happening. In line with this, Mashonaland West Province as Community Relations Liaison Office has put in place a plan to partner CID Chinhoyi on a crime awareness campaign drive with a view to reduce or at best end robberies in the province.
We have decided to partner with CID Chinhoyi to engage members of the public and other stakeholders. This is in an effort to prevent robbery cases from recurring. We will visit all communities in and around Chinhoyi where such cases have been reported. These places include Alaska, Mangura, Golden Kopi, and Chikuti, among other such places. The message we are driving includes early reporting of such cases and supplying of vital information to the police for investigation. We also encourage members of the public to join various community policing initiatives to help in fighting crime.
We are taking a short break. Do not move any inch. We'll be right back. Welcome to the second segment of Crime Watch. Colin Tafumane Chizengeni, aged 57, was employed by an anti-poaching company, defied all odds and betrayed the trust bestowed in him after he stole 21 pieces of ivory for a period dating back from 2019 to 2020. Initial police investigations revealed that he intended to sell his loot upon his retirement. But police would have none of it, arresting the culprit and recovering the stolen loot.
We arrested Colin Tafumane Chizengeni of Manende location Gutu under section 128 of the Parks and Wildlife Act for possession of ivory without a permit. After receiving a tip-off, we worked with members of the public to trap him at his place of residence, where he intended to sell a total of 21 pieces of unmarked ivory. All the 21 pieces of unmarked ivory were recovered. We want to applaud members of the public who cooperated with the police in accounting for this culprit. Let us work together to protect the country's flora and fauna.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police is concerned with murder and attempted murder cases being reported across the country, where in most cases axes, knives, machetes, among other such weapons, are used to settle disputes. On the 12th of June 2022, a 23-year-old man by the name Newman Mafu stabbed two people, that is Nkosana Dube, age 25, and Metlulin Tokozonkala, age 26, following a dispute involving proceeds realized after they sold gold. Nkosana Dube was later found dead in a pool of blood. On the same date, a 24-year-old Shamva man, only known as Diva, was fatally attacked by a group of machete-wielding gang who were being led by one known as Joseph Mutaiki in Wadzanai Township in Shamva. In another case, Respect Duve fatally struck his friend, that is Kosi Maju, on the head with a burning log following a misunderstanding over a knife in Chiredzi. Police in Kwekwe recently arrested Colin Putze, age 21, and Morris Banda, age 24, for an attempted murder case after they stabbed complainant Lenmo Maja, age 29, once on the stomach, and also severely attacked him with an empty bottle on the head following a beer drink. In another attempted murder case, a Chegutu man by the name Anton Costa Maruva, age 32, was found in a pool of blood. Investigations revealed that he had been struck twice on the head and once on the leg with an axe by one only identified as Tichaona Kasera. Police have since recovered the axe used in the commission of this crime and is appealing for information that may help in locating this suspect. Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe Republic Police is appealing for information that may help in locating Tulani Lunga, who is being accused of a callous killing of his then-girlfriend, that is Silungile Chaliba, aged 44, of Pumula South in Bulawayo. Initial indications are that the two had an argument when they were drinking beer at Mutamba Sports Bar on the 11th of June 2022. They then left to a certain house where a witness vainly tried to resolve the dispute. The suspect was later seen leaving the scene holding a kitchen knife. The victim's body was later found in a pool of blood. Should you have information that may help in locating Tulani Lunga, who is the suspect in this case, please feel free to visit any police establishment or call any of the following police numbers. For Bulawayo, 0292 885 479. For Harare, 0242 748 836. You can also contact us on our complaints desk number, that is 0242 703 631. Or link with us on our WhatsApp number 0712 800 197. The Zimbabwe Republic Police urges communities to live in harmony and always to strive to resolve differences in a peaceful manner. The police will ensure the law takes its course on anyone who does not respect human life. We now move on to the Midlands Province, where the Criminal Investigation Department, Beru, apprehended a culprit in connection with unlawful entry into premises and theft.
We have been receiving numerous reports of unlawful entry into premises and theft. We then started to hunt for the criminals who were committing these offences. We managed to apprehend 3 accused persons in connection with these cases and assisted the police to clear 24 counts of unlawful entry into premises and theft. The accused persons assisted the detectives to recover 8 plasma televisions, 4 laptops, and 1 Digital Infinity S9. The accused persons are Tafara Mtivave Svanda, aged 30 years, Alexander Maswela Maseko Siziba, aged 37 years, and Pilot Simango, aged 29 years. Some of the recovered property has not yet been identified. I would like to ask the members of the public to visit CID Gweru for identification if they've lost their property in a similar manner. The property includes 3 plasma televisions and a laptop. We would like to thank members of the public for continuously supplying vital information to apprehend criminals. Please continue to do so.
In our previous episode, the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe took us through lessons to do with the defensive driving certificate. On this week's episode, Lucy Kuandira, the communications officer for the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, continues with this topic.
On our previous session, we introduced defensive driving course and the elements of the course. Today, we'll talk about the road crash sequence, which is divided into 3 time zones, which are pre-crash phase, the crash phase, and the post-crash phase. The pre-crash phase, this is the phase where the accident or road crash hasn't happened yet. It is the phase where the driver should do everything they can possibly do to avoid a road crash. How do they do this? They do this by training in defensive driving. Defensive driving gives them an opportunity to defend themselves on the road in the event of a road crash. They also do this by servicing their vehicle before embarking on a journey, by adhering to traffic laws and reading the highway code. Before embarking on a journey, a driver is supposed to plan his route so that he is aware of all the possible challenges, if there are any, in that particular route. And then we move on to the second stage, which is the crash phase. The crash phase is divided into 2 categories. The first category is the first collision. In this stage, this is when the car that you're driving hits another car or hits an object or sways off the road. And then the second stage is when the occupants of that vehicle gets injured due to the impact of the road crash. And the third and final stage is the post-crash phase. This is the stage where you are expected to render first aid if you are knowledgeable to do so. You are also expected to call the ambulance, the police, and the motoring assistance company. You are also expected to protect the accident scene by placing the reflective triangle 30 meters away from the broken down vehicle. This is done so that the other motorists will be warned of the possible danger. We encourage you to train in defensive driving to avoid road crashes so that we save human lives from suffering, injury, and death, and also prevent damage of property.
We will be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome to the third and final segment of Crime Watch. Police uses various platforms to interact with members of the public in order to improve police-public partnerships in combating crime. One such platform was the 11th edition of the Commissioner General of Police's 21-kilometer road race, which was held in Dangamvura Old Mutual Complex in Mutare. At this tournament, police interacted and mingled with members of the public through sport.
We are gathered today to witness the 11th edition of the Commissioner General of Police's 21-kilometer road race. True to our resolution as the Zimbabwe Public Police, we have once again hosted this year's edition away from the capital. Such a stride is important given that we need to intensify our engagement with various communities across the country. Among the various disciplines on the Zimbabwe Public Police sporting calendar, the 21-kilometer pack race is one of our prime activities, which affords both police officers and members of the public to partake in this grueling competition. As an organization, we are delighted with the number of participants to this year's competition. There is no doubt that the 21-kilometer road race continues to grow with each edition. We do not take such amazing support for granted, but wish to register our profound gratitude to members of the public and the corporate community for continuously joining hands with the police.
From the Commissioner General of Police's 21-kilometer road race, we now move on to a story where the Zimbabwe Republic Police's Women Network chairperson, that is Commissioner Priscilla Makotose, castigated criminals who hide behind cultural practices violating the rights of women and children. She said this in a speech at the Manicaland Culture Month commemorations that took place recently.
We call upon our traditional leaders, our religious leaders, our teachers, and all of us to be custodians of culture in our communities and to ensure the good morals and values of Zimbabweans are promoted. May I also take this opportunity to remind and warn those who engage in criminal acts such as kuzvarira, musengadere, kutamba chiramu, pledging females in appeasing avenging spirits, to mention but a few, in the name of culture, that we will soon catch up with them. Tirikuda kuti azvisiri pamutemo. Tikazviziva tinoya tichikusungai.
We now move on to people who are on the police wanted list. Zaka police is looking for Inoka Charicha, aged 40, of Chitaza village, Chief Ndanga in Zaka, for a rape case. Muchakata police is looking for Hepson Magura, aged 40, of Farm Central 12, Mushawasha Central, Chief Shumba Mashingo, for a case of stock theft. Lastly, Mutapa police is looking for Ivo Mazingi, aged 34, of house number 5526-1 Mutapa in Gweru, for a rape. Should you have information that may help us in locating any of these wanted persons, please feel free to visit or contact any police establishment. Alternatively, you can also link with us on any of the following details. Our national complaints desk number is 0242 703 631. The website is www.zetrap.gov.zw. You can also email us on feedback@zetrap.gov.zw. We also have a Twitter handle @Police Zimbabwe or Facebook page Zimbabwe Republic Police. You can also watch any of our Crime Watch episodes on Zetrap YouTube channel Zimbabwe Republic Police. We have been bringing you this week as Crime Watch episode from Mashonaland West Province, and to be precise, in Karoi. Please join us next week when we bring to you yet again another episode of Crime Watch as we collectively partner in combating crime. From I, Elliot Kudzai Ganyani, and the crew behind the scenes, it is bye-bye for now.